Sometimes it can feel like farming is a forgotten industry, but it used to be the heartbeat of America, and in many ways, I believe that it still is. In the last video, you joined us at our 5th generation cattle operation, the Harrell Ranch, where you were able to go with us on a real, genuine Texas cattle drive. And you were able to see what it's like for the cowboys who work on the edge of America's 2nd largest canyon, the Palo Duro. But ranching is not the only thing that we do on our ranch. We also farm. And farming is not necessarily easy. It can be just as nitty, gritty, dirty, and dusty as it is when we work the cattle that we run. In this week's video, we're going to look at how we plant hundreds of acres of wheat at a time. But with farming, it's never as easy as it seems. First, we're going to have to start out with plenty of trials and tribulations, fixing our tractors before we can even put the first seed in the ground. And speaking of seed, we even ran into big issues with our grain cart, which set us back even more. We also had problems with our fields, which made us resort to no-till farming in order to get the seed in the ground. Regardless of our trials and tribulations, we can't quit. Farming is about adapting and overcoming the problems that we faced. And that's maybe why it is an embodiment of the American spirit to push through, to get the job done. And that's what we're going to take a deep look into during this week's video. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. It all starts here on day one with putting wheat in the drill. So we got the grain cart here. And you can see that auger up there. And we're just going to climb up on the back of the seeder. And basically, we're going to let this sucker rip. Yep, I don't know if you can see it. There's a little bit of Milo still in there. We thought that had been cleaned out, but it wasn't, so we're just going to go ahead and plant it. It'll be 1/10 of an acre and won't hurt anything really all too much. Beautiful day out here.
Put it this way, put it this way, put it this way. Don't let that stop now.
Don't let... I'm not doing anything. And at this point, our auger is clogged up and something happened where we're going to have to go and fix it. Go ahead, give it a go. No.
Is it still spinning?
Yeah. We got a motor. There's a belt on that motor, right? And there's pretty much just this bars that it sits on, and that goes up, and that can put tension on that belt and make that little pulley spin, which turns the auger, sucks up all the grain in here, shoots down that tube into our seeder. And that belt is not tight enough, or something's wrong, maybe even wrong with the motor. Well, I was struggling there. Anyways, we're gonna try to get it tightened up here. Struggle train. If it was all easy and perfect, everyone would do it. But it's not.
Now Sam is trying it. I think
There might be something in that auger clogged up. Grain, probably. Just a clump of grain. It can be hard to film and solve problems at the same time, but this scene about sums it up. We had to pull the whole auger out onto the ground, start it up, and pretty much we were able to get several clumps of grain out of there. And now we're just putting it back into the cart. Finally got this thing unclogged. We're filling it up right now. As you can see, got that whole side filled up. Running this auger through this hose
You can see Sam's having to do some heavy work up there, getting that auger back in. I'm sure most of you already know what an auger is, or at least I hope you would. Look it up if you don't. Actually, it's a ancient Roman invention used to transport water. You can correct me if I'm wrong on that. I forget what that's called. You can let me know in the comments section. Before you know it, with no other problems, we'll be up and running. Plow with the anhydrous and just drill with the grain in it. So I'm gonna get refocused here. I'll see you in a minute. So this rake is loose on here. Broke this right here.
See, that broke that.
And that one's sheared straight off. So, part of the job. I think he's sucked with me. Sorry, it's a little bit windy. We'll fix that here in a second. Okay, so sometimes you get a sweep broken like that, right? And you gotta put a new sweep on. We just take these bolts and throw them through those holes and tighten them up. But yeah, these things go through quite a beating. As you can imagine, plowing a big old field like this one. So they break from time to time. We gotta fill up these tires with air. There's a whole bunch of them. And here's our big problem, is this guy over here is completely off the rim, as you can see. Well, we're gonna have to fix that. Yay! Tire off the rim is back on the rim. I actually had to come up on top and kind of smush her down a little bit, make somewhat of a seal, but another thing fixed, another step closer, soon enough. So a little piece of redneck engineering for you to check out here. Screwdriver instead of a bolt. Because, you know, if it works, it works. When there's a job to get done, you gotta get it done. All right. The tractor chores are not done for today. Got to get this alternator on here, brand new alternator. Just a couple bolts and a belt, and we'll have her up and running. Alternator all put in there now with the belt and everything. Now we're making sure all our wires are connected here. If the on switch is turned off, you're never going to get it to start no matter what. The darn thing's not plugged in. You know what I mean? Well, it's another day out here. And you think we would start, but
Didn't take long to find the next problem.
you can see he plowed a little bit. He got, well, it looks like he got that whole row done.
Well, I
End
went
row?
across the end there.
Got across the end and
Found my next issues. Plural.
yeah, we got multiple things going on. Little anhydrous leak, and if you're just saying.
The joys of farming.
Yeah.
Joy ain't no joy in it, I don't think.
We're just saying what can go wrong will go wrong. Anyways, maybe we'll get started here someday soon. Let you know.
right, so we are finally out here planting. You can sense the enthusiasm in my voice, especially when I say finally. It has been just weeks of trials and tribulations, everything from blown hydraulic hoses to tires that were flat. One of the things that's difficult about equipment and maintenance, especially maintenance on the fly, is you fix something, you think it's fixed, and then you throw that plow on the ground or the seeder in the ground and you get moving and then something else breaks. We are finally out here planting. It's literally taken probably 2-3 weeks between weaning and maintenance on these tractors and getting everything going before we're actually planting. Quick little update, so we did have a bit of rain. You can kind of tell there's actually some soft spots in this field. The rain was very sporadic when it came. Here in Amarillo, you can get rain on one part of the field and not the other part of the field. That's how scattered sometimes these rainstorms can be. And it feels like the east side of this field may have gotten more rain than the west side of this field. If the wheat comes up on the west side of this field, then that's great. But if it comes up on the east side and not the west side, that's really bad. We're just gonna have to wait and see what happens. It's better when everything grows evenly and at the same time, but you kind of have to just take it for what it is, and we will work through it. There's not too much you can do to control the weather. Not too much you can do when you're dry land farming. So yes, we're planting wheat, winter wheat, which is a great crop to grow. It's one of the few things that a farmer can plant and have grow over the winter. It's pretty much, when you think about grasses, there's warm weather grasses and cool weather grasses. What they're saying there is one grows in the summer and is dormant in the winter, and then the cool season grasses are vice versa. They'll actually grow during the winter. And there's cool weather grasses all over. A lot of times we don't see cool weather grasses because they can be covered up by the warm weather grasses as they go dormant. A lot of people remark on YouTube videos and pictures and social media posts during the winter time, they can kind of be like, hey, where's all your green grass? And well, it's there, it's just underneath that dormant warm weather grass. The cows can actually continue to eat that grass that's dormant, and that's a big part of overwintering and getting your herd through the winter. And then once there's snow, of course, we roll out hay. But we go through seasons just like everyone else, and sometimes I think that people who put out less content or less photos, they just use their springtime photos, which makes sense, but we like to pump out content year round, so sometimes you kind of see that dormant grass. Going back to winter wheat though, it's a great crop. You can actually graze it. You get it up early enough, when it's rooted in the ground, you can actually have your cattle come out graze it, wildlife will graze it, and then you can shut it off, let it come up and head out there in the spring. And then summertime, you kind of get a dry season that will come through, let everything dry out, send out the combine. We have custom harvesters come and they'll harvest the fields and for us and gather all that grain. We have a great video with Shannon, who's part of Levitt Harvesting. If you want to check that video out after this one, I highly recommend it. It's a really cool interview between the two of us. So we're going to continue planting wheat here. We've got a couple rounds here. We're about to do a turn row, and yeah, we're just gonna work away. I think we have about this field's a little bit smaller. I forget what it is. It's like 150 or 140 acres, and we got some bigger fields that we'll need to do, and we'll just keep going, working away here, and I'll keep you guys updated.
So Sam actually got a stomach bug, but the next day we were able to come in and finish planting this field.
All right, that brings us to pretty much today. So I didn't film right after we were done with that field. I didn't exactly go to filming this field because I thought it was just really going to be more of the same. And obviously with farming, these are usually shorter videos and honestly not quite as popular as the ranching videos, which you should check out if you haven't. But I was like, I don't have any real reason to film, so I didn't even bring my camera with me. And of course, that day ends up being very, very interesting.
we came out to this field. We plowed about maybe 15 acres or so, and then we got up to this hay stubble, which you'll see here in a minute, and we weren't able to go through it with the plow. So we decided, we don't really want to go get a disc plow right now, which would bring all that crap up and turn it over. We were like, let's just go through it. And so we decided to no-till with our drill, which actually just means we took the seeder and we ran it through without plowing. Now, this was really interesting because I kept getting stuck in all these tumbleweeds that were built up. So it's going to be a little bit interesting when our custom harvesters come through to harvest this wheat, because there's just going to be patches where nothing's planted because I had to pull the drill up. This is not the best way to farm, but we figured this is just the way to get through this. You know, we may miss out on an acre or two in this field just because we had to pull the drill up at a couple different points just to get through those tumbleweeds. But we got through the worst of it today, and we're about to continue planting, and we're going to check that out. I'm going to try to grab some drone footage of no-till planting. But we also ran into some problems with the drill, and one of those things was a coupling to a hydraulic hose on the drill fell off. So we lost a little bit of some of the function with the drill. We had to change around some stuff because it's pretty far for us to get into town just to get that one part, and we wanted to keep rolling. So right now the drill is not functioning quite as it should, but it's functioning enough for us to get going. And that's kind of been the theme of this whole planting season for us, planting wheat, is really we're just limping along. This is probably a little bit of our own fault, but we're gonna learn from our mistakes, hopefully do better next time, do a little bit more maintenance. But that's also just the name of the game when it comes to farming. You can buy new equipment and it's gonna break. Like, it doesn't matter, just the equipment is beat on all the time, just things break. That's the nature of it. All right, guys, that's it for this video. Thank you for joining us and checking out our plowing and planting. After we're done farming, we're heading down into the canyon. It's the first time in a long time that we've been down there, and we're going to be bringing our dozer up out of the canyon, and we're going to be working on our roads and creek crossings and everything. That's going to be a really exciting video for us to check out next week or in the next 2 weeks. And I just want to thank you guys for joining us. If you like ranching and farming, please subscribe to this video. It's actually a really easy way for you to support this American working ranch and just our family in general. You have no idea. Just one impression makes this video go out to more people, and that helps us out a lot. You have no idea. So give us a like, give us a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.